Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. To my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video in particular, we're going to be talking about Jim Comey, Letitia James, and other political adversaries of Donald Trump, and see whether or not Donald Trump has a hit list of people to punish because of some sort of personal vendetta. That's what we're going to find out in today's video. This video, again, is just for entertainment, for educational purposes only, and the channel is being recorded on, this video is being recorded on Friday, October the 10th at 12:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as and when I'm recording this specific video. If you want to help out the channel grow, you can do so by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, supporting the channel, and better yet, sharing this video content with others really help boost the algorithm here on this YouTube channel. I also have in the description in the comment section below my Blue Sky account and my Facebook group, and I will personally be the one notifying you when I do post and upload next. Alright guys, let's go on, let's move. Before we do begin, I know for some of you guys who want to know about the condition of my dog, I am going to provide you a new update. Unfortunately, we just got news last night that my dog does indeed have an aggressive form of cancer, specifically glaucoma. So she does have a little bit of time left, not much. So as you probably already noticed, the video content has been a little bit slowed because she only trusts me out of the entire household to provide her medication and food. So I've been trying to mitigate and time manage both the channel and her medication during her transition from this lifetime into her next. So just bear with me, but I am here with you guys 100%, and I want to say thank you to all you guys who sent out your love and support and appreciation. It does not go unnoticed. I want to let you guys know I love you, and I appreciate everything. All right, let's go ahead. Let's move on. Let's talk about Jim Comey. Okay, so Spies to Angels, tell me about Jim Comey. If you guys want to watch my Jim Comey videos or Letitia James videos, I'll put them in the link in the description below and in the comment section because I have actually done videos on them before. Alright, so Spies to Angels, tell me about Jim Comey and him being indicted. Okay, so this is the challenge. Ooh. The bottom of that here, we have the Wheel of Fortune, things turning backwards. So because his investigation didn't move as fast as they wanted, so what it really is telling me here is that because Jim Comey wasn't able to push forth this aggressive type push, he's going to get tenfold back what he put on them. So for example, what Jim Comey did was he did the investigation, but kind of moved at a slow pace to the point where Donald Trump was able to retaliate. And now he has retaliated. And you know, the judicial branch and the judicial branch of government is very slow, it's very bureaucracy focused, and that also played into a factor of slowing down Jim Comey's effort. So I do want you to also to know it's not just Jim Comey, but really it's the entirety of the United States government. But in this instance, it's affecting Jim Comey directly because Jim Comey is seen as a threat to Donald Trump and the administration. And because of this does feel very much like, again, a hit list. So the reason why I mention this in particular is because we have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands means slowness, it's new effort. But it feels like there was an effort and then it was slowed. And if you guys know former AG Attorney General Merrick Garland, he was very slow and he was just very ineffective at what he did. I sometimes feel like he was considered to the Weimar Republic in Germany right before the rise of Nazism. This is kind of like what it feels like. It feels like there was a lot of factors playing into the failure of Jim Comey, and because he couldn't really land Donald Trump into a box and to contain him into the prison system, unfortunately, because he had a certain window of time to be able to do it, he was unsuccessful in that endeavor, and therefore the clock is turning backwards. Now it's his turn. Because he couldn't finish it, that doesn't mean the person that he was trying to lock up would do him a favor and lock him up. So basically what I'm saying is that Donald Trump will now try to lock Jim Comey up because Jim Comey didn't move at such a rapid pace, a rapid fire, that to lock Donald Trump up is not going to be a reversal. So we have the four stories here. The four stories means the end of something. It means a political future, a political endeavor. This was an attempt to end a political career. And what was coming in the future for him, this was the 10 of Wands here, which indicated a struggle. So you kind of see here the storyline. We have here slowness with the process, trying to lock Donald Trump up, was unsuccessful in doing so. It was the end of his political career. This also indicated as well that also trying to end a person's political career with this investigation, and because he failed to uphold and be able to put this person in jail. Not saying that it's his fault, but so you know, guys, I'm not saying Jim Comey's at fault here. There's a lot of players that are also at fault. It's not Jim Comey's fault, but because it's the way the reading coming in, I'm just going to read it the way it's supposed to come in. The Four of Swords is essentially saying that it not only at the end of his career, but he attempted to end another person's career, which is aka Donald Trump. And because of this, because he didn't get to the point of completion of that case or investigation, like trying to lock him up in jail for the Russian interference, you have the 10 of Wands here, which indicated that if he was not successful, he was going to face a surmountable amount of trouble, which is where he is now, which is the 10 of Wands. So this is kind of like where the story is. Kind of think of it like a pendulum. This was when the investigation was starting, when they were investigating. This is when the investigation came out in full swing. This is the impeachment trial. And this is where we are now because Donald Trump is not in jail. He's the president of the United States, and therefore he is going to get punished. We do have here on the top of the deck here, what is the challenge to the entire reading with Jim Comey? It's being challenged by the devil, which is in the past. So the devil of the past is also going to be the thing that's haunting him, which is why the Wheel of Fortune. So Donald Trump is his haunter. So if there's any indication whether or not this is a witch hunt or a way to punish political rivals, I will say with 100% certainty it does appear that this is a form of punishment by his political rival. We do have here as well as on the top of the deck here, we have the Seven of Swords. This is an attempt to steal information and documents and to hide certain things. This is the Queen of Pentacles, hush money, to close people up, to shut people up. And here on the top of the deck here, right after these two cards, this is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles reverse is trying to remove somebody from a position of power. I don't have full confidence that Jim Comey is going to be as successful in terms of releasing information. I feel like it has what's called a statute limitation. It does feel like it no longer matters anymore. But like I said many times before, it's just not Jim Comey's fault. That's just the way the cards were saying. Alright, so let's take a look at Jim Comey's future. What is Jim Comey's likely future now that we know that he is under the 10 of Wands struggle card? What is Jim Comey's future now with his indictment? Okay, so the world is upside down here. The Tower card, and we have the Chariot. Yeah, so you know how I said, like, it almost feels like someone's getting paid to be shut up? This is kind of like what the situation is. So there's going to be a proposal to try to silence Jim Comey or to make him say something that otherwise isn't true. So keep that in mind going in the future, because we do have what's coming down the pipe for Jim Comey, darkness within this world. So he is going to be in some sort of room, or he's going to be locked up, and it does feel very cold. So this is the World's card in reverse. We do have the Tower card. It does not feel like justice. It feels like, if anything, he's going to be... It feels like the judicial branch or the jury is going to be compromised in some way. This is the Tower card. So something's going to be compromised with his hearing or case, leaving him no choice but to make a decision or to accept a proposal that he does not want to accept, but had no choice but to accept because the circumstances were not ideal. We have here as well as we have the Chariot. I'm hearing poisoning of the jury. We do have here, we have the Chariot, which means a proposal coming in very quickly, hot and heavy, but it's being misled. We have here two true Democrats here. We have an independent, a Democrat. Then you have here Tulsi Gabbard, which is the Republican now. She was a former Democrat from Hawaii. She is a Russian asset. She's coming in here very hot and heavy, but this is telling me here mislead and misguided. So this is somebody who's attempted to misguide and to misinfluence and to change the result by using money behind the scenes, so to say something that is not true. So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that they're going to force Jim Comey to say something that's not true, and it's going to be under the guise of misinformation. So keep that in mind as well. So Jim Comey's testimony is going to be in favor of the administration, not against the administration, in order to get whatever proposal that they're presenting to him. The bottom deck here, we have the 5 of swords here. You guys are probably wondering why is this all happening. It's a coup. You can see this is clearly a military coup. You can see that with the guns and these other like anti-terrorist organizations. On the top of deck here, we have the Pisces traveling up the stream, which means the zombie fish, which means this is going to be a rebirth of something new. So this is going to tell me here that something's going to change with this testimony or some sort of report coming out from Jim Comey's indictment. Something's going to change. All right, keep that in mind. All right, so that's what I'm getting for Jim Comey. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at Letitia James. So, Spirits and Angels, tell me about Letitia James. What is going on with Letitia James right now? What is going on with Letitia James in terms of her newly indictment? I think she was indicted yesterday or 2 days ago. Something's going to get revealed about Letitia James. We have the bottom deck here. We have the 6 of Wands here. If it's a woman, it's a woman. Here's the Strength card. So, Letitia James is actually going to have a little bit of a different outcome than Jim Comey. So the next card is we have the government upside down, the U.S. Congress, the judicial branch, and what's behind that is the government. It's the coup. It's the ideology. It's Trumpism. And here we have trouble moving into smoother, calmer waters. The top of the deck here is we have the 5 of Swords here. I don't think she is going to really let this go. I do feel like Jim Comey kind of like has it really badly, whereas Letitia James, she kind of gives that fighting energy. At least according to what the cards are saying. Again, this video is just for entertainment and educational purposes only as well. But she's giving this fighter energy. She's giving that like, and I know this might sound a little weird, but I don't really know how to describe it, but this is what my spirits are saying. Black woman apparatus, like she's strong, she's vicious, she's willing to fight for it. Like they compare her to a Rottweiler, like she's not willing to have a no be given to her. Like she's gonna fight, and that's why the revelation is gonna come out. Something's gonna be revealed with Letitia James, whether it's against her or for her. Something's gonna get revealed, but Letitia James is a fighter nonetheless. We have the King of Cups, which means calm among the chaos. So she was already expecting this. So she was aware of this happiness, so which means that she was already mentally in a headspace, so she wasn't like caught off guard when this happened. We have here as well as we have the Page of Wands. We have here new opportunity, new growth. She's going to see it as a way to move forward. She's going to see an opportunity here, and it's going to be a form of growth or a new concept or something's going to be reignited within her, something that she's going to use to her advantage. We do have here as well, we do have the Justice card in reverse. So again, the jury pool is going to be poisoned. It's going to be corrupted, the best way to put it. So the Justice card is indicating corruption within the jury, which means that it's not going to be a fair trial. We do have here as well the challenge 2 to 3 cards here, which is her likely outcome. We have the Moon, which is indicating something going to get hidden. Something that's currently hidden with the Page of Wands that's going to get revealed, and it's going to be formulating or shining a light on a corrupt jury. Because how do we know this? We have here, she was very calm, and she was already aware of this, so she was mentally prepared via the King of Cups, followed by the Page of Wands, which means something ignited something within her, like a passion or an idea or a proposal, like some sort of loophole, and it's going to be exposed during the time of the jury, when the jury is corrupted. And this is when the Moon card comes in. The Moon card says something's going to get hidden, but also get revealed at the same time, so it's like a double whammy. The bottom of the deck here, we have the 6 of Wands, and we have the 5 of Swords here. It's very possible she could either win the case or she's not backing down. Because what's also on the top of the deck here? Behind the 5 of Swords here, we have the Page of Cups, wishful thinking that things will be mutual. Things are not going to be mutual. So definitely expect Letitia James to be a little bit, quote-unquote, unprofessional, but that's exactly what's needed at this time. So don't hold her to it. Don't judge her for being unprofessional. Remember, this is a perilous time. You cannot act professional, because you act professional, it's just a form of appeasement to the current administration. They're going to try to force you to be the one to take the higher road, and therefore you're more more likely to avoid any sort of form of conflict. She's not going to do that. She's going to go head on in with conflict. So she's going to be like a bull in a china shop, and she's going to go smash right into something. That's kind of like what it feels like. As for Letitia James' future, what is the future of Letitia James' indictment? I'm hearing the word or the sentence, the woman who never gives up. That's what I'm getting. Because we have the Knight of Swords. She has been beaten down quite a bit, but she had a lot more success with in terms of her investigation against the Donald Trump administration, the Donald Trump organization. This is the Knight of Swords. She is tired. She just wants this whole entire thing to end. But nonetheless, she is a fighter, and that's why she has the Purple Heart. The Purple Heart indicates that she did something heroic. Here you have it, the fire. So she does have a lot of passion, but a lot of her activity, a lot of her movement is going to come in the year of 2026. So definitely keep that in mind as we start to go in. You're going to start to see her energy start to ramp up, and it could inspire the American people to rise up, or better yet, could inspire other political adversaries of the Donald Trump administration to also be in a form of rebellion, just like as she is. So she's going to be like the new modern version of Rosa Parks type situation. And that's what I'm getting. We do have here as well, we have the Six of Cups. We have here, she's going to treat Republicans as little. She's going to belittle them. She's going to treat them as what they are, babies. You have here, you have Barack Obama playing with a baby Republican. This is what it is. She's going to treat them as children. She's not even going to treat them as something that is human, but something that's less than human. So for example, the way that I can explain is that she's going to play their game. It's the best way I can say it. But we have here, we have the Three of Wands reversed. The Three of Wands reversed is the Princess of, what's it called? The Princess, oh, hold on, what is it? The Emperor, that's what it is. That's the Empress reversed. It's the Three of Wands. Here it's reversed. The reason why it's reversed is saying here that the Empress indicates, normally for me in my reading, it indicates the United States Constitution. It's reversed because she realizes the United States Constitution cannot protect her. But she's a black woman, and she realizes that. She also realizes that she's a double minority. She's also a woman. So therefore, they see her as inferior. They undervalue her. They see her as less than. They see her as inferior. And that's her advantage. Her advantage is to be seen as that. Why? Because they don't expect someone as intelligent, as smart as she is to underhand them, to go behind the scenes, to become a little bit more sneaky, and to win. Remember, sometimes the people who are the most undervalued, the ones that are the most overlooked, are the ones with the most ambition, the one with the most success, because they are often overlooked, and because they're overlooked, they're not being seen for their full potential, and that can sometimes become an advantage point if you know how to use it properly. And it does appear for me that Letitia James knows how to use it properly, and I do feel like she's going to use it to her advantage. Because remember, she's not dealing with government officials, she's dealing with full-on Nazis, and she's going to try to use this to her advantage. We have here as well as we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups mean the tip, right? But there's no money, there's no tip. This is the bartender and the guy drinking. This is like J.D. Vance. And here you have 4 cups empty, but 1 cup full. This is telling you here that the final shot. There's a final shot. She had one more shot to get this right. The top of deck here as well as we have the Fool card in reverse. It's the attempt to overhaul democracy. So she is going to see this as more of a form of a threat to democracy. So she's going to see this as an initiative to really stand up against the government. Because no one else will outdo it. Because remember, it all takes is one person to stand up and everybody else follows. And she feels like she wants to be that individual. So we will wait and see if that happens. But in terms of her energy right now, this seems to be very positive and very different than Jim Comey. Because remember, Jim Comey definitely has it worse, according to what I saw in the cards. I think it's because they know what Jim Comey is capable of. They see him as someone who's on the same equal playing field, somebody who's intelligent. Whereas for Letitia James, they see her as inferior. They discriminate against her. They put her on a lesser playing field. But it also becomes her asset. It becomes a stronger asset because it allows her to be able to play chess, 3D chess, without being detected. Now let's go ahead. Let's take a look about other political adversaries. Let's just group them all together. Is Donald Trump going to prosecute or indict more political adversaries? Yes. I think Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States is next. We have the three swords here. This is a bandana called the Triple Trio. That's what it is. It's called the Triple Trio. It's a woman that's coming next. I'm actually here. Hold on. I'm getting told that's false. I'm hearing it's a man and a woman. It could be trans. It could be pansexual. It could be somebody who is a man with feminine energy, or it could be a woman with masculine energy. Could be one of those, but I do feel that. But I do also feel like Harris is coming down the pipe, so Harris is soon. We have the three swords here, which tells us that, yeah, there's more coming down, 3 more. We have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is not being in alignment, not in harmony. This is a form of disharmony. And here you have it, the Five of Coins, which tells me that he's not walking away from this. So this does feel like he's going to be doing. So definitely expect more of this behavior. Remember, he is considered the King of Cups. Donald Trump, he is the guy who's sitting here causing chaos. So a leader who's calm among the chaos, but he's the one creating the chaos. There's no chaos. He's creating the waves. The top of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands heading towards a goal or an ambition. He's heading towards something. What is he heading towards? The Ace of Cups. He wants that blessing. He wants to be perceived as the hero, the one who's cleansing or draining the swamp. Not realizing to the American people that he is the swamp. But he's going to make it appear as if he's getting rid of the swamp by removing people that he considers enemies of the state. Alright, that's what I'm getting. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out. I love you. And let me know what you guys think of today's video. Is that in alignment with what you get? Is that not in alignment? What do you think is going to happen? Anyway, guys, thank you. I love you. And have a great night.